joined by them. Okay, so today we have 5 steps to giving and receiving higher quality referrals. We have Maile Collmer with us today. She is a new presenter for SCORE, and we're very excited that she has agreed to talk to you. I think you're going to find it the hour well spent. To start with, though, I want to talk about what SCORE does and who we are, just in case you're new to us. We offer the 2 main components of SCORE are the training and our mentorship. Our training comes in the form of workshops and webinars, mostly webinars, but there are a few in-person workshops as well. We're always adding new topics. I greatly encourage you to watch for our newsletter and to check out our website. And I'll put that link into the chat here after I finish the introduction. And look for the workshops and webinars that we have coming up. Like I said, we have a lot of great new topics plus old favorites. So the most important thing that SCORE does is the mentoring. Our mentoring is always free and confidential. Our mentors are volunteers that have come to us with a variety of experiences and knowledge that they want to share with the small business community. Who do we work with? We work with those that are just thinking about starting a small business and are trying to find out if being in a small business is right for them. We work with those that are in the planning phases. We're there to help make sure you dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, so to speak. And we work with those that already have their business established. They come to us because perhaps they're growing and they want to know how to do that in the best efficient way possible. They come to us with challenges they may be experiencing. Perhaps they need some help with marketing or some financial management or any business topic you can imagine. We have a mentor to assist you. SCORE is a national organization, so if we don't have someone that can answer your questions locally, we do have that national database to reach out to. If you've never worked with a SCORE mentor before, a beginning session is a get to know you. They want to find out what your goals and your challenges are, and they work with you to formulate a plan to help you achieve those goals and to overcome those challenges. And if they need to bring in another mentor to work with you as a team, they'll do that as well. So to get a mentor, you're just going to go to the score.org website. There's a little box with a zip code. You put your zip code in, and that will zip you off to the nearest chapter, or you can go directly to the chapter websites listed here. These are all the chapters in our district. While you're there looking for a mentor or putting in your request, I strongly encourage you to take a look around. There is a lot of information on the website, recordings, blogs, templates you can download, you name it, it's there. In fact, you'll find the recording for today's presentation there, and I'll put that information in chat after this as well. We are, questions can be submitted throughout today's presentation in the chat. I will be monitoring chat, and we will get those questions I'll get those questions to the presenter for you. If your question isn't exactly where we're on the topic, then we'll save it for the end, but we will try and get to absolutely all the questions that are asked today. So definitely feel free to get that information in there. So I want to just introduce our presenter today. What if you could have an amazing business and a spectacular life? Imagine having a team of advocates bringing you a steady stream of clients. What if having fun, doing the activities you love to do, and being around people you enjoy also brought you business? Interested? You are in luck. Our speaker, Maile Collmer, specializes in helping entrepreneurs build influence, connection, and business through the referral process. Yes, her clients have amazing businesses and spectacular lives, and they become the go-to person in their area of influence. As the founder of the Referral Studio and the owner of the Master Referral Coach for Ascentive Contra Costa, Maile has delivered trainings, seminars, and workshops for thousands of entrepreneurs through organizations like BNI, Chamber of Commerce, and Keller Williams Realty. Internationally recognized as one of the world's leading experts on networking and referral marketing, Maile teaches her clients how to build the right relationships to multiply their networking results up to 7 times while reducing their work hours by as much as 38%. Maile enjoys playing golf, wine tasting, dancing, and travel. She is a fan of football, baseball, and especially loves her UCLA Bruins. For Maile, networking and referrals are the way of life, and these fun activities frequently increase her networking results. Welcome, Maile.
Thank you, Teresa. I'm so excited to be here today, and hello from the West Coast. I'm here in the San Francisco Bay Area, coming to you live. So I'm excited to share some insight in referral marketing, and specifically, we're going to talk about 5 steps to higher quality referrals. So today I want to talk first about our referral mindset. So we're in the right place with the right thoughts to speak about referrals and to strategize on referrals for each other. And then we'll talk about the 5 steps, and then we'll put it together like a pro. This is my hi hello QR code. This is a way, if you have your phone, you can scan it and add me to your contacts. So referral marketing is a team sport. So part of developing referrals for your business is to build your network. So I will volunteer to be one of the fabulous people in your network that can help connect you and just support you in your business and all your endeavors as an entrepreneur. So if you scan that QR code with your phone, it will add me to your contact, and then please share your information with me so we can be connected. So a great relationship takes 2. I have to know you and you have to know me. So that's just getting started there. So when we're looking at giving and receiving higher quality referrals, understanding the referral process is really important. So there's 3 major components to understanding referrals. There's knowledge, there's skill, and there's strategy. So first we need to know, how do referrals work? What do we need to know about the referral process and how it works, and what do we need to know, and just all those facts and behind the scenes processes. Then one of the things that people don't always think about is there is a skill to referral marketing. It takes some getting to used to and building our muscles around developing relationships, building our network, speaking about ourselves, speaking about our business, articulating our value, and talking about other people. Speaking well of others is part of the process. So when we're helping someone else promote them and their business, we need to know how to do that effectively. So there is a skill to it, how to make introductions, all kinds of things that we can actually improve our skill on, as well as understanding and using behavioral styles so we can communicate better as well. So there's lots of things in the knowledge and the skill. And then we have all of that, then we want to put in play a strategy, right? So we don't want to just be, out there winging it. We want to have a productive strategy that's going to take us from where we are to where we want to be, and have a direction and a strategy that's going to get us there. So definitely, think about these 3 pieces as you're creating a referral strategy for your business. Do you have the knowledge? Are you building the skills? And are you employing a strategy? So when it comes to referrals, most people, say they want referrals and they like referrals. And, studies show over and over that referrals are really powerful for small businesses and business in general. So, a lot of new business comes from referrals. People trust, that recommendation from people that they trust. And even jobs are filled through networking and referrals. And of course, that powerful word of mouth, when we have positive word of mouth and people talk about our businesses, then other people get to know about our business, and it helps bring in more customers through the door. So, it's good to track, where is your business coming from, and what sources are really productive in bringing in new business to your business, and can you increase the word of mouth and the referral process so you can get more of those really great clients. Because more statistics, I don't think I have them on here, but when we receive referrals, they close faster with less follow-up, and they actually are more loyal clients, and they tend to refer more when they've been referred. So there's a lot of great understanding in how powerful referrals are. So track it for your business, and take a look at where your business is coming from and where you want to strengthen those sources. So 78% of business professionals are really relying on a majority, almost all of their business, to come through referrals. And yet most business owners don't have a strategic plan in place to really make that a proactive process for their business. So when we network, it really helps grow us, not just in our clients, but also in our knowledge base. Really networking with other people creates great relationships, and having great relationships are important to life. I think one of the things we found out in the pandemic is that we need each other, right? So benefits of networking and building relationship, especially in your local community, is having those great people to rely on. Those long-term relationships are part of the quality of life. When we know more people, we have more opportunities, and we learn from each other. We can stay top of our game by staying top of industry trends, what's happening in the marketplace, and getting all those ideas from talking to other like-minded business professionals. We learn so much from each other. And when we have a great network, we have resources to help us in our business, but also to help the people who we know, to help our clients in more ways than just what we do. We can help them in more ways by introducing them to great business people, and just having more of those assets in our network and resources to help people we care about. I find that when you know more people and you walk into a room and you see people who you know, it increases my confidence, right? When I walk into that room and I know people, and I've seen that same experience happen for my clients when they're walking into a room and they see people they know. It makes it easier to be confident and make those connections and make new connections as well. So there's so many benefits from networking, and one of the great benefits is really being able to help other people. And I really think it's one of the magical ways that we can help other people and grow our business at the same time. And that is really rewarding in our lives. So when we're looking at that referral mindset, we want to look at the long game, right? So it's not just today's business, it's tomorrow's business. It's about building lasting relationships. It's cultivating referral sources who refer us over and over. It's also about giving, right? It's based on what can I give? What can I do? What can I help? Instead of thinking about what can I get? When we give, we will receive, and we activate that law of reciprocity. And of course, it's about building relationship. because referral marketing is a team sport. So when we're preparing to network and build business relationships that result in referrals, we want to think about we're actually networking for referrals. And oftentimes people will go to a networking event. I don't know if someone told you, like someone told me, hey, you should go network. And then you're like, okay, how does this actually work? What do we do? So the first thing is to think about networking for referrals. We're building business relationships and seeing how we can collaborate and help each other. So in those relationships, we want to build the trust and go up what I call the referral confidence curve. When people trust us, they understand that we are an expert at what we do, and we have the character and the confidence to handle their referrals really well, we move up that referral confidence curve. They trust that if they refer us, that we're going to do a job that's in the best interest of the client, and we'll make them look good, and they'll be thanking them for referring us. So we want to really build that trust, and we want to continue to increase our knowledge, our skill, and our strategy in what we're doing in our referral marketing. So the teamwork piece is really, we want to network for referral relationships. We want to build our contact sphere and pick your top 12 referral team. What I found is most businesses only need 4 to 8 true referral partners to have all the business that they desire. So those are strategic referral relationships that can refer over and over. So I like to say we're going to build that referral team. So this is who we're going to play this referral game with. This is who we're going to pass referrals back and forth with. A majority of the referrals that we can give and a majority of the referrals that we receive will come from people in what I call our contact sphere. So I went to UCLA, so I got to throw in a quote by John Wooden. The main ingredient of stardom is the rest of the team. So we want to build a great referral team, which are other businesses that have complementary businesses to yours. So when we look at our entire referral network, and that our sphere of influence, if you will, we can look at who do we want to bring to the inner circle. So people throughout our sphere can refer us, and we have limited time in our businesses. So we want to see, okay, what's going to be the most effective use of our time, and who are those key people that I can build a strategic referral relationship with, where we can really be highly productive in referring each other business. So what I call anyone who can refer us is a referral source. That's a generic term I use, a referral source. And then those key professions that are complementary to ours and not competing is what I call our contact sphere. So those people are talking to our same client, just serving them in a different way. So they have relationship and influence with potential great clients for you because of that similar conversation they're having with a similar client. You just serve them in a different way. So it makes it easy to refer business back and forth. So then when we know what those professions are, then we can build an actual relationship and pick our people. So one of the great things about being in business for ourselves is that we get to pick our referral team. When you work for a company or a corporation, like they hire you and they're like, here's who you're going to be working with. And you didn't have any choice in that. But in the entrepreneurial world, we get to pick who we build alliances with, who we want to build strategic referral relationships with. So pick your team with people who light you up, who help make you a better business person, who you look forward to meeting, because there's lots of people to choose from, and you're going to find those people who have shared values, shared beliefs, and shared target market as well. So look for those people who light you up. One of the exercise I do with my clients, with my certified networker or group coaching clients, is we work on creating a list of 20 different professions that are complementary to our business. So for example, a lot of my clients, I have a number of clients, a lot of my clients are professional services folks, and many of them are in the financial field, attorneys, real estate, insurance, financial services. And when you ask a financial advisor, what's a great profession who you want to meet? They often say, well, a CPA, I'm looking for a CPA. And you ask them again, okay, well, who else are you looking to meet? Oftentimes they'll say, well, really, I'm looking to meet some great CPAs. I really need a CPA, as a center of influence is what they call them, a center of influence. And so what I do is I challenge to get outside of that typical thinking in that box and brainstorm what are some other potential professions. So some other potential professions for that financial advisor would be an estate attorney, a mortgage broker, a realtor, property and casualty insurance person. There's lots of other people who are talking about finances and their assets and their future, who don't do the same services, who can easily refer. So that's who we're looking to meet, and that's who we're looking to put on our list of professions. So when we're out there networking, or when we're talking to someone, we can say, hey, who do you know in this profession? I'm looking to meet some people. Or if we're at a networking event and someone, we see someone, we're going to spot those opportunities so much faster. So know who you want to meet strategically to be able to refer over and over. I'll give you another example. One of my clients, his name's Jeff, and he is a realtor. One of his referral sources, one of his referral partners, sent him 7 million in listings in Q1. So he got $7 million worth of listings. Yes, that's only a few houses here in California. But, from one source, and that's what we're looking for here. And of course, he's referring that estate attorney, because they all need to have a living trust for sure. So when we power up with our referral team, we get to work smarter, not harder. Because you see, so one of the things that I want you to think about is, who are those people for you? So if you were going to list like 3 people who you know in a profession that's complementary to your business, who would those people be? Right? So list 1, 2, 3, see if you can get 4, 5, 6, however many you can get, of people who you know who are complementary professions, who could be talking to your next best client. And when we build those referral relationships, it gets us in front of so many other people, and actually brings them to us. So instead of us having to go out and prospect and hunt them down, we actually built those referral source relationships, those referral partners, and they refer them to us. And so the business comes to us instead of us having to chase it. So one of my programs I do is just a intro workshop, referral success. And this is where I teach the 5 steps, as well as in my year-long group coaching program. But I'm going to give you here the whole 5 steps in the time that we have today. So when we look at giving referrals or receiving referrals, so remember I said that referral marketing starts with giving. So we want to think about how we can be giving, because that's going to really motivate our referral team. So if you're a financial advisor or a realtor or a mortgage broker, and you're giving referrals to an estate attorney, that's going to motivate that estate attorney to reciprocate in kind with referrals back to you. So think about, giving referrals as well as receiving referrals. And I'll tell you, there's so much we could talk about in just these 5 steps. So yes, it's the process of understanding how to have a productive referral conversation to be able to give a great referral. It's also each step, think about how could you be better marketing your business, better speaking about your business, and better training your referral sources how to refer you business. So there's lots of goodies in these 5 steps that can help you not just give great referrals, but also market for referrals and really train your referral team. So you're going to become a great referral giver. That's one of the things that this will do. And you'll learn how to train your team. So these 5 steps. So there's 5 steps to the referral process to give higher quality referrals. Now, when we think about a referral, there's always 3 people in a referral, right? So you've got the referral giver, the referral receiver, and the prospect. So there's always 3 people in that referral relationship, or in that when we have a referral happen. Okay, so it takes 3 people: the referral giver, the referral receiver, and the prospect. Okay, so the first step is building trust. And you can see that. So one of the things I love about the 5 steps is when we do these 5 steps well, it's a win for all 3 people involved. So when we build trust, of course, we're thinking, we want to build trust with that referral partner because we want to receive referrals from that referral partner. So yes, one of the key things that we're doing is building trust with our referral team so they will refer us, right? So if you think about giving a referral and you're going to recommend and put your name and reputation and align it with another person and their business, right? We want to have trust that they're going to be the great professional, be the expert, do the right thing, take great care of that client, all of those things. So we need to have that trust in their character, in their competence, and that they're going to take great care of that referral. And so when we're earning referrals, we also want to instill that trust in others. So we want to build that trusted relationship with our referral team. The other people we need to build trust with is our wider network. Okay. So the value we bring to our network is our network. We need to have relationships with people so we can refer people to our referral team as well. So we're building relationship all over the place. Okay. So the higher level the relationship with that prospect, the higher level and higher quality that referral is. So we're building trust with both our referral partner and with the prospect that we're going to refer to our referral partner. So we have enough influence that when we say, hey, you should go see this person, they're like, awesome, I'm going to go see that person. So we want to build that influence with that trust. So the first step is trust. We need to feel comfortable and confident in referring our referral partners, and they need to feel comfortable and confident to refer us. So that's step 1. And you might be saying, why are these steps all different sizes, right? So any contractors in the room, they are not to code. And the reason is that there's different levels of it takes different levels of effort in each step. So you can agree that, trust, it takes time and it takes a lot of character building. We need to, maintain that trust. It just like, once you have it, you have to maintain it. So trust takes a lot more to do. Our second step is a lot easier. Our second step is business knowledge. So our referral team needs to know if they're standing in the middle of a referral. Okay, so you know, we need to know with business knowledge. And here's the thing, we can go to a mixer and we can talk to someone and we can easily talk business knowledge, right? So what do you do? Who are your best clients? What areas are you, working in? How long have you been in business? What are your credentials? What are your programs and your pricing and all of those things? So it's an easy conversation to have. The trust step, right, is a lot, there's more to do there. But business knowledge, we can talk about it easily all day. And once we get into it, there is a lot to know. One of the things we want to think about is, can I speak well of my referral partner for 2 to 4 minutes about their business? Do I know enough about their business, right? So we're talking about building that skill about speaking about other people. So if we want other people to go out and promote our business and bring us referrals, okay, if we expect them to speak well of us and our business, we need to be doing the same for them. Okay. So we want to know enough about them. So if we're standing in the middle of a referral, do we recognize it? And is that person top of mind? So we need to know what if we're standing in the referral. Now, referrals are actually quite easy to find because referrals are solutions to problems. And guess what? People, they've got plenty of problems. Okay. So referrals are easy to find. And so we are going to step into them, but we have to have the consciousness to know, are we standing in the middle of a referral? And when we are looking to receive referrals, are we top of mind? Do they know enough about our business to know that they are standing in the middle of a referral for us? So, and this worksheet here I have on here is one of my clients, and he does, as you can tell, benefits and health insurance and things like that. And this is a sheet that he created for his referral team. So they have some talking points about his business. Who's the prospect? How do you listen for? What do they say when they're in need of his products and services? So things to think about for your business are, what are phrases to listen for? And more proactively, how can I bring you up in conversation? Okay. So, and what are some key talking points? So these are ways that we can educate and work in collaboration with other referral sources. So that's step 2. Now, one of the things that I see in the business world is we love to help. I truly believe that people are designed to serve and to help and to want to, we want to help other people. So oftentimes when someone sees a need, and they have a great referral team, they get super excited and they're like, oh, I know exactly the person for you. And we get super excited. We're like, oh, I can help. And then we start like saying, oh my gosh, you need to talk to this person, and da 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 da. And we like start pushing the referral. Okay. And so people have a little resistance. They might say, why are you so overzealous about this? And it can take people aback. So we want to take a breath after we identify we're standing in the referral, right? Instead of just, diving in and pushing the person we know who's fantastic, that's going to help them. We need to take a step back and we want to create a quality referral. So we're going to do step 3. Step 3 is to qualify the need. So say, for example, someone's like, oh my goodness, COVID, I put on all this weight. I need to lose like 25 pounds, right? And we might get super excited. We're like, oh my gosh, I have the perfect person for you. But we need to take a step back and we need to ask them, how serious are you about losing 25 pounds? And they may say, well, if I can eat as much as I want, drink as much alcohol as I want, and not exercise a lick, I would love to lose 25 pounds. Okay, well, I don't know your fairy godmother, so I don't know that I can help you with that. So that, if that person had no, desire to actually do anything about it, they're not going to be a good referral. So we need to ask those qualifying questions. So other things we can say is, how serious are you about that? And they may say, oh, I have this reason or that reason. And then we can ask, well, so do you know what you want to do? How do you want to lose that weight? Do you want to do exercise? Are you going to do nutrition? If you're going to do exercise, I mean, there's so many different ways. You could do yoga, you can do distance running, you can do strength training. There's lots of different ways. And that person could say, hey, I already have a nutritionist. I have a personal trainer. I think the problem is just up here. You're like, fantastic. I know a great hypnotherapist. Okay. And we can refer the thing that they may be in need of. So what are some qualifying questions for your business that you wish people ask? And what questions can you ask to find out if this is a good referral? So here's some suggestions. You can say, because these are problems, right? So how long have you been dealing with this? Okay. What do you want to happen? What's your time frame? What's your budget? Right? Have you talked to any professionals about this? Have you had this problem before and how did you deal with it then? Okay. And here's a question for urgency. What happens if you don't get this taken care of? Okay. So we want to ask some qualifying questions. Now, here's the magic that happens. When we ask those qualifying questions, how does that prospect feel? They feel like we understand their situation. They feel we care because we're asking questions and we're listening to their answers. They feel heard. So then when we do make a recommendation, they're going to be far more interested in hearing about it because they know we know what is going on with them and can give them a recommendation that's going to be appropriate and designed perfectly for who they are and what they need. So when we qualify, we're going to be able to give higher quality referrals. And when we're training a referral team, we can train them on some questions that they can ask on our behalf. So step 1 was trust. Step 2 is business knowledge. Step 3 is qualifying the need. So now we can offer the solution. So if we say, hey, you want to buy a house? I've got a realtor. Here's their card. Well, how likely are they to pick up the phone and call that realtor? Because guess what? They probably already have a dozen realtor cards at home on, through all the open houses they've been going to. Okay. So we want to make it compelling, right? So it's not just I have a solution, but it's, why is it the perfect solution for them? Why is this the best person for them? So here, okay, first of all, this is my magic phrase. I don't know if this is for you or not. Okay. So here's the thing. People don't like to be pushed, right? Like you need to do this. You need to talk to this person. This is, and people are going to be like, I don't need to do anything, right? We like to have choice and options. So when we say, I don't know if this is for you or not, now we're giving them an out, we're giving them options and giving them something to consider, and they can decide for themselves. So they're going to listen more to what we have to say. So I don't know if this is for you or not, but I happen to know that the most phenomenal realtor, she's not just a realtor, she's a broker, she's been in the business for 30 years. She is a mentor to new agents. She's past president of the Women's Council of Realtors. She's an absolute champion for her clients. I happen to know that when she was a senior in high school, she was in a car accident with her mom on the Carquinez Bridge here locally, and she lost her mom, and she woke up out of a coma in the hospital in full traction with dire diagnosis. And the doctor said, you may never walk or have kids, or all this dire diagnosis. And she had a different vision for her life, and she had to overcome a lot of obstacles. And guess what? She runs, she walks, she's got a beautiful family, and is living her vision and her dream for her life. Do you ever think there's an obstacle in a real estate transaction? This is the woman you want by your side. She will believe in your vision and your dreams, and she's going to persist to make them come true. I know she helped a couple just recently buy their dream home, and they had a lot of criteria, but they're happy, they're in the home, and they said, thank you so much for really listening to us, understanding what we were looking for, and finding us our forever home. Now, is that the type of realtor you'd at least want an appointment with? Fantastic. Her name is Ronnie, and I'd be happy to introduce you. So this is far more compelling than, I know a realtor, here's their card. So how are you offering the person as the solution? Why do you refer this person over all the other people who do what they do? And what is your referral team saying about you in your business? How are they offering you as a solution? What are they saying to promote you in your business, and why it's so you are just the exact person that would help that person in their need. So one of the things we need to work on is how we're sharing that. And the story that I told you is what I call your emotionally charged connection, that emotional connection of why you do what you do, and why you serve people with a passion and that unique value that you bring to the table. People buy on emotion and they connect, and we need to have those emotion in our marketing messages. So what is your deep connection and passion for why you love what you do, and why people can choose you instead of all the other people who do what you do? And then train your referral team, your referral sources, to know what to say and how to talk about you in your business. So that's step 4, the solution. So we've done step 1, build the trust. Step 2, business knowledge. Step 3, assess the need. Step 4, offer the solution. You're like, Maile, we're done, right? No, there's step 5. What if instead of just handing out referrals, we actually set the expectation for an appointment? What if we could get each other more appointments? How cool would that be? So step 5 is appointment. So what does your first appointment look like? Okay. Is it a 20-minute phone call? Do you go to their house and do an estimate? And your referral team needs to know what that looks like so they can set the appointment. So for example, one of my clients, he's a financial advisor. His name is Kevin. When someone's going to talk about their assets, their future, all of the things that and their finances, even if we do a phenomenal job on the 4 steps, sometimes when we get to that 5th step, people all of a sudden have a little hesitation, a little fear about actually talking to someone. So we want to make them feel comfortable. So the first time for the first meeting with Kevin, it's going to be a get to know you meeting. You're going to tell him what your goals are, and you're going to say, here's where I am now, here's where I want to be. And you can ask Kevin all the questions you want to know about him and his business and even his character in his life, and get to know who he is, and make sure you align on values. Okay. Now, one of the things that will really help is if you have any financial documents, if you've already got your 401k or anything, you can bring those statements to the meeting, so you can just take a look and get a really clear picture of where you're coming from, and those goals. Now, after that first meeting, then if you like each other, you can set up a second meeting. And then what Kevin will do is he'll take all that information that you shared with him, where you are now, including any financial information that you were able to share with him, and where you want to go. And on that second meeting, he's going to share with you some options. He's going to give you this option, this option, this. There's different ways that we can approach this to get to you. Where do you go? And you can ask all the questions and find out what all that means, and find out what feels right for you. And then if you find one of those options that you feel is right for you, then you'll set up a third appointment. And then on that third appointment, you'll start working on that plan together. And that's when you'll actually hire him, if it all works out beautifully, which I know it will. Okay. So now we set up the expectations. You don't have to make any decisions on that first appointment. Makes them feel more comfortable. They understand the process. And now when Kevin calls, they're ready to set at least 2 appointments, if not 3, right? So that first appointment is going to be an easy yes. He's going to get on the books and he's going to get that opportunity. So share what is your first appointment look like, and when you're referring other people, how can you set the expectation so we get that yes for that appointment. All right. So there are your 5 steps of the referral process. Right? So step 1 is trust. Are you building trust in your relationships? Are you earning that trust from other people so they feel comfortable and confident referring you? Business knowledge. Can your referral sources talk about your business for 2 to 4 minutes and say the right things and really understand what your target market is and what is it that you do? What do you offer? Then, what are those qualifying questions that your referral team can ask on your behalf to qualify the need? And then the solution, right? What is the solution where we can say, this is the perfect person for you? They're going to help you in a way that's meaningful for you. And then the appointment. Can we get that appointment? All right. So those are the 5 steps. Now we're going to put this all together like a pro. So remember to be clear when we're building those relationships, be clear on what you do, who you're looking to meet. So remember to look for those referral sources that you can bring into that inner circle and be a referral partner with. And then, of course, know your client or your target market. And the more specific you can be, the easier it is for your referral team to find those people. If you say anyone, it's too overwhelming. Okay. But if you say, a young family, right, who lives in this particular neighborhood that has 2.5 kids, when we are more specific, it's going to be a lot easier to go, oh, I know that exact person. And we want them to think of a name. So be specific when you're talking about your ideal client. Marketing, the more specific you are, the better you're going to find the right people. All right. And that goes for all kinds of marketing and advertising, everything, not just referrals. So we want to be memorable, smile, right? And just be a warm, welcoming person. People will feel good about you, and then they're going to want to get to know you. And then all the opportunities will come from that. Another thing that really helped me. So growing up, I was super shy and introverted. I was not a natural networker. But I grew out of my shyness. And one of the ways I grew out of my shyness was by being a part of teams. And actually in college, I was in a performing arts group, toured all over the US and performed in front of like tens of thousands of people, shy little me. And what I learned is when I teamed up with other people who had similar goals and similar values, similar work ethic, I could go further than I ever imagined on my own. So when I got into business, I'm like, I can build my business team just like I had my debate team and my performing arts group and all the team things that I did. And yet I still have some shyness from now and then. So one of the things when I walk into a really crowded networking event or a place where I feel a little bit unsure of myself, I like to act like a host. So when you act like a guest, it's more passive. You're waiting for someone to serve you. But when you act like a host, you're confident, you're showing people around, you're connecting people, and it's just a different persona and stance, okay? We want to, of course, listen and ask questions. The best way to be interesting is to be interested. And of course, we all know the fortune is in the follow-up. So make sure you follow up and keep building those relationships. We also need to be seen as a giver. Make introductions, help other people grow their networking and know more of the right people for them in their business. Share your resources. Ask, how can I help? Right? When people ask you, when you ask other people, they're going to ask you. And then of course you want to have an answer, right? And then I truly believe when we belong to an organization, we become an ambassador. So be an ambassador to the organizations you belong to, let people know about it and invite them in, okay? Because I truly believe we could do so much more when there's more of us, okay? So remember your referral mindset, where it's the long game. It's not just today's business, it's tomorrow's business. It's about building those long-term relationships. It's about giving. Remember, we want to give first, and then we're going to activate that law of reciprocity. What can I do? What can I help with? And then building those relationships and building that trust, right? So we're going to prepare by networking for referrals. We're going to remember we're working up the referral confidence curve by building trust, and we're going to continue to increase our knowledge, our skill, and our strategy. And of course, we're going to pick our team. Okay, so we're going to network for those referral relationships. We're going to build our contact sphere, those professions that can easily refer us and we can refer them. And then we're going to pick our top 12 and focus on those key relationships that can send us a steady stream of business through referrals. So higher quality referrals. Again, today, hopefully you got some knowledge. Now, the next step is to practice some of these skills. So don't just, learn from today and keep it back in your head. You want to actually do something with it. So practice these steps and build your skill, and then, pick a strategy that's going to work for you and your business. So I have other ways to serve you. I have lots of different, I have a YouTube channel, I have programs, I've got retreats and all kinds of cool things. If you want further support, I'd be happy and honored to help you in any way that I can. So today we talked about your referral mindset. We talked about the 5 steps and putting it together like a pro. Again, would love to connect with you and help you in any way that I can. And even just have a 15-minute conversation and get to know each other and see what we could do to help each other. I love getting to know business people, and I definitely have a national network to tap into. So I'm confident I might have someone to connect you with. So feel free to reach out to me. And then this is really what I truly believe from deep down in my heart, and what I've seen so many times over and over in business is that together we can accomplish so much more than we can alone.
Hey,
And
Miley,
that's
I've
what
got
I have for you today.
and
I'm
I,
open to questions.
yeah, I have some questions for you.
Okay, fire
Yeah,
away.
I have been asked to pay a referral fee for getting referrals. Is that something you see often? And if so, what should be the suggested amount for referrals?
Mhm. So, I have seen it from time to time, of course. It depends on your industry. So in like a lot of financial services or attorneys, real estate, you can only pay a referral fee to other licensed professionals. You cannot pay a referral fee to someone outside the profession, and referral fees are very discouraged. There's a play on ethics there. So I like to promote a referral relationship that is based on trust and reciprocity and not based on fees. What I found is that, money is not the biggest motivator. Knowing that you're doing the right thing for the people involved is much more of a motivator. So how much a referral fee does depend on the different businesses and professions. One of my clients did find, he did all his projections and looked at his stats and looked at how much he was spending on different types of marketing for his business. So certain advertising, certain, online things, different things that he was doing for his business, and found that based on what his spending was, he could pay a referral source $850 for a referral. And so he did his own computation in his own business to find out what that was. So it does depend on your business. It depends on, a lot of factors. I truly believe we can pass referrals without any monetary expectation. And we're doing it because it's the best interest of the parties involved.
Okay. And the last question I have is actually quite lengthy. I don't know if you want to open your Q&A tab and follow along on this one, but I will read it out loud.
Okay.
Okay. This one says, I'm a health coach going public with my website, charging $175 per hour for virtual lessons. Recently, I made a connection with a lady who is a yoga instructor in another city who also builds people's websites. She emailed me saying that if all goes well with the sessions I have with her, she would like to collaborate. I think hinting at a referral relationship. In truth, I could use a new referral stream, but I am not willing to refer back to her, given she outsources her website work to other people in other countries, not doing the work herself. So would it be appropriate to provide a contract with her, sharing that I will pay her like $15 per referral for the next 6 months and revisit the terms of the contract again then? Let's see. I'm superb at what I do, and I think my practice will fill up in the coming months. Also, would a $15 kickback off of 175 be considered insulting, or would that be appropriate?
I think it just starts with a conversation. So I think you need to have a conversation and say, here's where I'm coming from. Here, I'm willing, to negotiate with you to pay you a referral fee. What do you think is fair? Would you like to have, I'm willing to do a trial period with an initial time frame attached so we can really get some experience and see how this is working and make sure that it feels like a right fit for both of us. So I'd have a conversation and talk about the terms together and collaborate on it, because that's the best thing to do for a collaboration, is have it be a mutual understanding, and then work from there. And if you can agree the terms, if you're happy with the terms and she's happy with the terms, then you can take it from there.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question. How would I determine what businesses are complementary to mine if it's just not obvious? Context, I want to do a diversity, equity, and inclusion consulting.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to look at who are your clients, okay, and what other professions are they consulting with? So what other problems do they have that you don't solve, and who else is serving that client? and then see, okay, what are these other professions? And then get out and network and start talking to other business professionals. DEI is definitely a really relevant topic right now, and a lot of businesses are looking for that consultation. And so I think other people who are consulting the same type of businesses that you are going to be great partners for you. So get out and start networking and find other folks. There's the Institute of Management Consultants. There's a lot of organizations out there. Just start talking to other people and find out who else serves your target market.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Maile. That was a fantastic presentation, and I thank everyone who joined us during their lunch break. And have a great rest of your week.
All right. Take care, everyone. Nice to meet you.